Hey, it's Chris Miles. Today's episode of New on Music Row features a ton of talent right out of Music Row. Well, a couple people right from Music Row, and then one person from another place in Tennessee, but you get the gist of it. Whole bunch of stuff going on in this episode, some great new talent we're going to be talking to you about, as well as some of the greatest and hottest concerts coming to the local area. All of that on this episode of New on Music Row. Stick around, you don't want to miss a second of it, because it's only here on the Rise Network. Hey, it's Chris Miles. Welcome to the episode. And you know what? We had a phenomenal week. I want to thank you all. Over, I think 40,000 views. And I think, I don't even remember how many downloads of the episode. So we're growing. Thank you so much. Totally appreciate it. I love you guys. And I love the comments. Keep them coming. As a matter of fact, one of the artists from today is from a comment on, I think it was Apple Music. I don't remember exactly where, but I need to write those things down and make notes. But yeah, somebody suggested another artist for me to take a look at, and we're gonna talk a little bit about him. That particular artist is going to be in the 5 picks of the week. Speaking of the 5 picks, let's look at the 5 picks from last week. Alexandria K with Old Me had about 324,000 streams, about where we figured it was going to fall. I mean, none of these artists, honestly, for this week are anywhere outside of where I thought they were going to fall. I didn't think anyone was going to hit a million, just because most of these artists are either, kind of developing, or they have been out of the scene for a while, or this is the first song that's kind of putting them on the map, so to speak, not necessarily, right? Anyway, so Alexandra K falling in line kind of where we thought. Billy Currington's Run for My Whiskey, 341,000 streams. That did a lot better than I thought it was going to. So clearly, Billy Currington fans are still out there, and you're still running hot and heavy. Moving on, Co Wetzel with Werewolf, which I thought was kind of appropriate because it was Halloween weekend, 872,000 streams. So a lot of Co Wetzel fans out there listening to his stuff. Keep it going, because you know what? He's fantastic. I love some of his stuff. High Roads, Surrounded, Good Die Young, Something to Talk About. I mean, he's just got some great stuff. Moving on, Vincent Mason had a chance to see him in concert. He opened up for Jordan Davis right here locally for me. And he had a new song out called Little Miss, 644,000 streams. So you guys are liking Vincent Mason. I did as well, too. And I got some video to share with you. We'll put that up on my YouTube page. You can check that out there as well. Little Miss doing fairly good. Big song from him, Hell is a Dance Floor. That's probably where you know him. At least you've probably heard that song somewhere in your streaming profile, or maybe even on the radio, or however you consume music. Last but not least, Somewhere Else, Randy Rogers Band pretty much fell what I thought it was going to fall, about 85,000. I figured it was going to be under 100,000 for the week, but I'm telling you what, Randy Rogers is going to be a household name fairly quick. I don't know fairly quickly, but within the next couple of years here, people are going to be seeing him and the band, and I think they're going to be enjoying that as well. So those are the 5 picks from last week. Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? Give me the comments in the, send me the comments. Let me know. Kind of curious to find out what you thought. But moving on, we're going to go to this week's 5 picks of the week. Try to say that 5 times fast. Holy cow. Starting off with the first guy from Tennessee, actually Nashville, Tennessee. Guy by the name of Ernest. You've never heard of him, of course not, because you've never heard of songs called Flower Shops, Hanging Out, All with Morgan Wallen. What If I Could with Lainey Wilson, and then Did It Anyway. You know who Ernest is. But this song, Blessed, holy mackerel, a little bit of a diversion from what we're used to with him, and a good classic country song. If you haven't heard it yet, you need to give it a listen. I think you're going to totally love it, and it's going to be on the radio airwaves starting today, as a matter of fact. Moving on, we got a guy from Sumter, South Carolina, Lee Brice, coming back. A brand new hit from him. Killed This Man. I say hit because even though the title of the song makes you think like there's some sort of murder thing going on or something like that, it's about how his girlfriend, wife, significant other, whatever you want to call her, helped kill off the man that he used to be. It's a great song. I think it's going to do really well for him. And of course, Lee Brice got some great stuff out there anyways, right? One of Them Girls, Hope You're Happy Now, Memory I Don't Mess With. My favorite of his is Soul. Oh, God, I love that song. And then I Don't Dance. I love that song as well, too. That was a great a great wedding song. It's got great wedding song vibes too. Moving on, Mitchell Tenpenny, guy I got to see in concert a couple weeks ago. We were talking about our friend Vincent Mason. Well, then Mitchell Tenpenny opened up for Jordan Davis, and he had he's got a new song out called "Therapy." Mitchell, sorry, rather, is of course from Nashville, Tennessee. "Therapy" is another one of those Mitchell Tenpenny songs that just hits you right in the gut. It's not what you thought it was going to be. It's not the slow song that you thought it was going to be. It's got the Mitchell Tenpenny twist. If you know Bitches, and that's a song from Mitchell Tenpenny, then you know exactly what I'm talking about here. It's the first time I heard the song, I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. Mitchell just has such an amazing songwriting talent. And if you haven't heard some of his stuff yet, what are you waiting for? He's got some great stuff out there. "Truth About You" is a great song. "We Got History," another great song as well too. "Bucket List," "Drunk Me," oh my God. And of course "Bitches." And I've been listening to "Bitches" all week. I don't know why. Maybe it's just been one of those weeks. Who knows? Anyway, it's a full moon. That's the other thing too, right? Anyway, or was a full moon, I should say. Moving on from Cheverly, Maryland, Jason Charles Miller, who is somebody that was recommended to me. He's got a new song out called "Run for the Hills." Jason Charles Miller he's got a huge resume. Singer, songwriter, artist, guitarist, voiceover artist, soundtrack composer. I mean, the list goes on and on. He's got a couple of soundtracks under his belt. Those of you that are used to rolling polyhedrals know him or may know him because he did a lot of the theme music for a really big podcast called Critical Role. He wrote the theme songs for, I believe, the first 2 seasons. I'm not sure about the next one or anything like that. I don't get into it too much. But Jason Charles Miller, a name you should be checking out, especially if you're a fan of outlaw country. "Run for the Hills" is just one of those great songs that I think once you start listening to it, you're gonna fall in love with the guy, and you're gonna want to listen to some of his stuff. Like I said, he's got some soundtracks out there, got some great stuff, some instrumentals as well too that you can use, when you're trying to relax, or maybe you're just trying to get some aggression out, or whatever you do with music, however you do it. Some other stuff from him to check out: "100-Pound Hammer," "Digging in the Dust," and then "Kill That Man." There seems to be like a "Kill That Man, Kill This Man" theme going on this week. I don't know. We just got back from Halloween. That's what it is, right? And then last but not least, this guy, Graylin James, going to be the Rising Star Spotlight of the week as well, too. He's got a song called "Water at a Wedding." He's from Knoxville, Tennessee, so there's your trifecta of Tennessee people. And Graylin's up and coming. We're gonna talk about a little bit more about him in just a second here. But some stuff from him to check out: "Who Broke Up With You," "Ain't Thinking About You," "Give Me a Second," and "Young Man," and of course "Water at a Wedding," which is such a phenomenal song. I'm going to give you all the details about it coming up in just a second. But first, let's recap the 5 picks of the week. We have "Blessed" from Ernest, Killed This Man, Lee Brice. Let's not confuse everybody. "Therapy" from Mitchell Tenpenny. That's the song that's been on repeat this week. I'm not going to lie. That and "Bitches." I've been going back and forth between them because they're just they dig just and it's just oh man, it's just good songwriting. "Run for the Hills," Jason Charles Miller. That's our listener request, if you will. Our listener. I can't even think of the word I want to use right now, but our listener suggestion. There we go. And then "Water at a Wedding" from Graylin James. Those are the 5 picks of the week. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is there something that you're looking forward to? Somebody you want me to highlight or spotlight or feature or whatever? Please let me know. Because, like I said, that's the reason why Jason Charles Miller made it into the 5 picks. I mean, that and I really enjoy that song, and I think you're going to enjoy that song as well, too. And it should be coming out on the radio waves fairly quickly here. It might take a little bit for him to get into like regular radio airplay, maybe another song or two, but he's got some great singing talent and just some great songwriting as well too. So definitely check him out. Moving on to Graylin James, of course, we said, from Knoxville, Tennessee. He is the Rising Star Spotlight of the week. Some great songs to check out from him. Of course, the song of the week. The song of the 5 picks of the week, "Water at a Wedding." Check that out. We'll talk a little bit more about that coming up in a second. Otherwise, you can check out "Who Broke Up With You," "Ain't Thinking About You," "Give Me a Second," and "Young Man." Now, Graylin James, he's been performing for a while, since about the age of 5. And then he started playing guitar at age 11. At age 17, he was named one of the top 100 guitarists under 21 in the world by Guitar Center magazine's Brotherhood of the Guitar. So that's a huge feat for somebody that young to be able to get that. I mean, there's some great guitarists out there at the age of 17, and of course, Graylin James is another one of those as well. So already we've got the feeling that this guy is a powerhouse. He plays electric and acoustic guitar, mandolin, bass, and you know what? He's got some great roots. I mean, obviously he does country, right? But he's also influenced by 70s and 80s rock. His parents are to thank for that, and you know, I'm grateful for that. He also likes pop and rap. His brother kind of got him into that as well. And then Taylor Swift is who he quotes as the one that inspired him to write his own song. So we're already at a triple threat here: singer, songwriter, and a phenomenal guitarist, accredited, awarded phenomenal guitarist as well. Now, he did take the move to Nashville, and he experienced the hard life in Nashville. He was a professional songwriter for about 2 years, and then he was fired for not having what it takes, quote unquote. And of course, this motivated him to work harder, and it led to his eventual success and even a record deal. So much success that we'll talk about it in a minute. There's a huge Jordan Davis tie in today's episode, and I can't wait to tell you about it. But hold on just one second, because remember I said I was going to talk to you about Water at a Wedding? Yeah, it's based on a true story from his own wife. He basically told his ex-girlfriend about the song before it was released, which he said was fun, and it was a wild scenario to write about. So, you know, catching a girl drinking water at a wedding is kind of like the story behind there. Take a listen to it. I think you're going to love it. It's probably about his ex-girlfriend, although he hasn't quite said it just yet. But it's on a true story from his own life. And once you listen to the song, I think you'll get the gist of it as well. And speaking of listening to songs, you've actually heard our good buddy Graylin James's songwriting in a couple of big songs, as a matter of fact. He co-wrote Happy Does with Kenny Chesney. He co-wrote Chris Young's If That Ain't God. And then Chris Jansen's Real Friends. He co-wrote that as well. And then this one's the biggest one. He co-wrote Jordan Davis's Next Thing You Know, and of course that won Song of the Year. So this kid is, like I said, a powerhouse, a young adult. I shouldn't call him a kid. Sorry, that's my fault. This young adult is a powerhouse. He's definitely going to be a name that's going to be coming through the pipeline, somebody to look out for, somebody to be watching out for. And of course, you know, I mean, some great talent that he's worked with, and that has kind of mentored him and nurtured him and turned him into the artist that he is. So I'm looking forward to hearing some other releases from him as well. I dug a little bit deeper in his catalog. I got to listen to a lot of his stuff, and you know what? He really deserves to be the Rising Star Spotlight of the week this week, and that's why he is. So there you go. Graylin James, Rising Star Spotlight of the week, of course, from Knoxville, Tennessee, and his new single, Water at a Wedding, should be out on radios probably today, if not within the next couple of weeks. You know, sometimes radio's a little bit, takes a little bit longer for it to get through the radio thing, but you can definitely stream it now. It's also going to be in our playlist, which you can find on Spotify. New on Music Row has a playlist where we feature all of the 5 picks of the week, as well as songs from the Rising Star Spotlight, and then like the can't miss, or the what I call the weekly pick, the artist or song that you need to give a little bit more love to. And then every once in a while I throw something in there from the history, just to kind of give you a flavor and a taste for, you know, all things country, in case you're new to country and you haven't heard some things, or if you've been around for a while and you're like, you know what, I like some of the older stuff too. So that's it. Graylin James, Rising Star Spotlight of the week. I think you're going to enjoy him. Take a listen to him. And let me know what you think. Send me the comments. Do all the things you need to do, because you know what? I'm telling you what, you're going to totally enjoy him. And I know I keep saying that, but I mean it from the bottom of my heart, because I thoroughly love and enjoy music, probably as much as you do, if not more. It's therapeutic for me. I think it might be therapeutic for you as well. All right, moving on. Let's take a look at what happened in country music history on this date, of course, November the 7th. And of course, birthdays as well. This week, we've only got one birthday, 1951, born on this day, harmonica player Mickey Raphael, who is best known for his work with Willie Nelson. He's also recorded with like Vince Gill, Emmylou Harris, Leon Russell, Bonnie Raitt, Kenny Wayne Shepherd. I should say that faster. Kenny Wayne Shepherd, and then Kenny Chesney. He's even worked with Neil Young as well, too. So, of course, today, born on this date, November 7th, 1951. Happy birthday to Mickey Raphael. Moving on to take a look at stuff on this date in history. We really set the Wayback Machine here to like way back. We're starting off all the way in 1947. Hank Williams recorded My Sweet Love Ain't Around with Fred Rose, producing it at Castle Studio in Nashville. The track was his third single on MGM Records, and it was released in January of 1948. Moving on to 1966, Dolly Parton released the single Dumb Blonde. That was on Monument Records. And the song, of course, is notable for being Parton's first song to chart on the Billboard Hot Country Singles Chart. It peaked at 24. And then, of course, she re-recorded the song with Miranda Lambert in 2018 for the Dumplin' soundtrack. So you can take a listen to that there. Find Dumplin' on Spotify while you're listening to the New on Music Row playlist, and take a listen to. You know what? I think I'm going to put the original, and I think I'll put the re-recording in the playlist this week. We'll do that, and you can see which one you like better. Moving on to 1970, Merle Haggard was number one on the country music chart with the Fightin' Side of Me. Of course, the title track from his album became a huge success. That title track was Okie from Muskogee, and it gave Haggard his number one hit single. And then we go on to 1988. One of my favorite Alabama songs, Song of the South, went to number one on the country chart. It became the 24th number one single for the group. And the song was first recorded by American country music artist Bobby Bare on his 1980 album, Drunk and Crazy. I haven't heard Bobby Bare's version, but I'll take a listen to it. But I'm going to say that Alabama probably wins that like 6 hands down. I think there's 6 members of the band, right? Yeah. And then last but not least, this look at country music history, 1991, Garth Brooks was number one on the U.S. country chart with his third studio album, Rope in the Wind. Of course, it replaced his previous album, No Fences, which was at the number one position for, I think a combined 18 weeks at the top of the charts. No Fences is the one that kind of got me into Garth Brooks. What Garth Brooks album got you into Garth Brooks? Leave me the comments below. Let me know. All right, that's a look at country music history. And, of course, birthdays. And like I said before, and I'll say it again, if you got a birthday shout-out you want me to give to somebody, let me know in the comments below. Hit me up on social media as well, too. I would love to send out somebody a happy birthday greeting right here on the show. Even if it's not on the day this show airs, but if it's like the week of or, whatever, I'll do it. Why not? That's fun. That's fun, right? And, I mean, we're all human. All right, moving on. The weekly pick. A new song came out this week, Smells Like Whiskey. It's Jessie G. She's been around for a while. She's from Brookings, Oregon. And I loved the sound of it. Actually, her sound is like country rock. It's a blend of country and rock, and she's got tons of influences. We're talking about Aerosmith, Metallica, the Dixie Chicks, and Shania Twain. So, a huge... Just think about all the songs that all of those artists and bands have produced, and then just kind of pile it all in together. And then when you find out a little bit more about her, you're just kind of like, yeah, this is a gal that's like no nonsense and no fuss, and maybe even living like a feast or famine type of lifestyle. Her name is Jessie G. Like I said, she's from Brookings, Oregon. A song I think you should check out is Smells Like Whiskey. She started in the family business. They come from 4 generations of deep-sea fishermen out there in Brookings, Oregon. She grew up on the docks and on the family boat. She worked. She sold crab, tuna, and salmon to the public, and that's kind of what instilled her with a strong work ethic. And then Gretchen Wilson and her kind of met up, and of course she says Gretchen Wilson is her idol. And after the winning a Battle of the Bands competition, she got to open up for Jessie. Snuck backstage, and then got a chance to talk to her, and then I guess the rest is history. Gretchen Wilson was impressed with her and signed her to Redneck Records. She does have a military spouse. She's a proud military wife. Husband's a member of the U.S. Army Special Forces, a Green Beret, as a matter of fact. She even wrote a song about him called Army Ranger, inspired by his personal life. And it's got some active service members in the video as well, too. You may actually know her. She performed in the November 2024 Thanksgiving Day game for the NFL. She performed the national anthem. Over 34 million viewers saw her. So that's probably where you know the name. You've probably seen it. And you were probably like, oh, yeah. She did a phenomenal job as well, too. So this no-nonsense gal, she's got hardworking from her fishing background. And she knows how to get through the challenges of the music business, including, she said the docks is what toughens her up. So Take a listen to Smells Like Whiskey. Let me know what you think. I think you're going to love the song. She's got a couple other things to check out. Like My Whiskey is a duet that she did with Gretchen Wilson, which is fun and a lot of fun, and just a great song as well, too. Army Ranger, like I said, is inspired by her husband and all the other armed forces men and women. And then Whatever This is an interesting song about relationships and stuff. Babies Raising Babies. Can't get any plainer than that. I mean, that's just, yeah, that song kind of gets you in the feels, especially if you're a parent, because it's one of the things you don't want to see happen. And God forbid, I hope it doesn't with your kids or mine or anybody else's for that matter. But sometimes it just happens. So anyway, the weekly pick or the artist song that needs a little bit more love this week, Jessie G, Smells Like Whiskey. Like I said, she's been around for a while. She's got a lot of stuff out there, a couple of EPs and I think a full album. But I just think she's phenomenal. I love her voice. Like she's got that, that tough country rock sound. And I think you're going to enjoy it. So, all right. Last but not least, upcoming shows tonight. Of course, the Hoyle brothers are going to be at Empty Bottle. We've got Kevin Presby, who's going to be at Neat Kitchen in Oswego. That's a really cool place to see somebody. If you haven't, Kevin, of course, got a lot of his own stuff. He'll probably be doing some other country acts as well too, maybe some covers and some of his own stuff as well. He's got a decent sound, and I'd like to see him kind of grow and see where he goes. Ryan Hurd's in town. He's going to be at Joe's on Weed tonight, and then tomorrow night, John Paycheck, not to be confused with Johnny Paycheck. But John Paycheck is going to be at Broken Hearts. So there's a look at shows coming up this week. We've got a couple other big ones coming up in the pipeline, but I'll save those for another episode. And until then, I'll see you on the flip side.